What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another deck profile for the Digimon TCG. This is the BT22 format, and this is what passes for our black deck. This is our Alphamon CS trait deck, really a black deck and only name only because Alphamon is the boss monster, but this is our CS trait deck. We're going to be looking at how you can build an Alphamon deck based on this. We looked at it and we thought the Alphamon would be better in a CS trait deck rather than a pure Alphamon line, so we decided to go with this. So we're going to get into it here. We're going to talk about the cards, what the abilities do, and how to play this deck, and what we think is the best way to play this deck for the BT22 format. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. Alright, so the best egg is, of course, the CS trait egg. So it's the Wanyamon from BT22, which is when an effect places CS trait Digimon in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, it may Digivolve into a CS trait Digimon in the hand for the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. So kind of like the Galaxy thing, you're putting cards on the top of your stack on the bottom, and when you do, you can Digivolve for reduced cost by 1. So play 4 of that. It helps you go up your line really quickly at a reduced cost and potentially put multiple same level Digimon in the stack. So we play 4 of the Terriermon, BT22. All of your stuff Digivolves on CS trait Digimon for the lower cost, basically. So you don't have to worry about the higher cost. Your turn once per turn when it affects place Digimon cards with the CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. If you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 tamer card with CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. A lot of these are going to be the same effect, so you got to have 1 or fewer tamers. Main ability inheritable once per turn by placing this CS trait Digimon's top stack card as its bottom Digivolution card, draw 1. So you draw and you get to put the same level Digimon in, which help you with other effects. We also have Palmon. It's got the same inheritable to basically all your level 3s are what's going to allow you to place your stuff at the bottom of your stack and then draw 1. And then your turn once per turn when an effect is placed this Digimon with the CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. So yeah, so basically if you have this and you take your level 4 on top and put it under bottom with its inheritable, you're going to get the draw 1, but you're also going to get this card's your turn ability before you would be able to Digivolve with the Wanyamon. Same with the Terriermon, and then same with this guy, 2 Haguramon. Has the same basically inheritable to put your top stack card on the bottom to draw 1, and it also has your turn once per turn when it affects place this Digimon cards with the CS trait in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000. So it's not as good. Playing tamers or gaining memory is better. So those ones why we play max out on those, and then we play 2 of this guy just for that inheritable build basically. Lastly, we play 2 Uko to round out our rookies to 10, just so that you can search your pieces and keep hatching. Although we don't play a 5th egg because you want a CS egg. So, and you're only playing the 2 Uko, so you're not always going to run into him. Getting into our level 4s, we play 4 of the CS trait Gargamon from the set, which Digivolves on your CS traits for 2. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play a card with tamer with the CS trait from your hand without paying a cost. Doesn't list a cost, so just any one of them. And then all turns, this Digimon gets plus 1,000. We play 4 copies of Goldnumamon. Digivolves on a CS trait for cost 2. On play, when Digivolving, give 1 of your opponent's Digimon security attack minus 2, which is pretty good until their turn ends. Then, if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, this Digimon may Digivolve into Platinum Numamon. We're not playing him, so it doesn't really matter at that point. But the inheritable is why we like him, because he's your turn once per turn when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with the CS trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1, so further reducing your cost once per turn. We also play 2 copies of Gardramon as our final level 4, so just 10. And he's Digivolves 2 on a CS trait. On play, when Digivolving, 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. Then if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, de-digital one of your opponent's Digimon. De-digital 1 on a level 4 is pretty good. And then opponent's turn, you get plus 2000 inheritable, so that's kind of cool. Making yourself really big on your opponent's turn. So that's it for our level 4s. For level 5s, we're playing 3 copies of the Rise Greymon. Again, Digivolves for cost 3 on a CS trait, so you don't need to worry about color. Has Raid when Digivolving. If you have 1 or fewer Tamers from your hand and without paying the cost, you may play 1 red or black Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less, or 1 Tamer with a CS trait, and all your Tamers have the CS trait, so you just get to play anything. So again, you do have a lot of these free Tamer play things, so hopefully you make use of them, but after 2 Tamers, they don't really do anything. And then security attack +1, you check an additional security card, so it's a nice inheritable to have, especially with the Alphamon, which we'll get to in a second. We'll also play 3 copies of the Okuamon. Again, Digivolves on a CS trait for 3. Has Fortitude. So you know if he dies, he can come back to the field. He has on play when Digivolving. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if this Digimon's stack has 2 or more same level cards, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest DP to the hand. So being able to suspend something and return it to the hand is super good. But you got to have that. Unlike this, you got to have that same 2 levels. So you got to be able to like potentially, Digivolve into this guy, put him on the bottom to Digivolve into this guy for reduced cost, and then you get his ability. He also has on inheritable all turns when this Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash their top security card, which again is really good. We also play 2 gosh, I can't even remember how to pronounce this guy's names. Chirinmon, maybe. Digivolves for cost 3 on a CS trait. When it affects trash this card from the security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8000 DP for the turn. So that's kind of cool. And then when Digivolving by trashing your top security card, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Kentarusmon or Mitamon in its name, or the CS trait in the hand with the digital cost reduced by 2. This guy's really good just because he gets you that reduced cost for trashing. And then he has when attacking inheritable, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 EP for the turn. That is it for our level 5s. Definitely think the 3 ofs are warranted because they got really good inheritables, and the Okuamon's got a really good ability. For your Megas, we're playing 4 copies of Alphamon, the new Alphamon from BT22. Digivolves from a level 5 with CS trait for cost 3. And while you have 3 or fewer security cards, you can Digivolve on Kyoko Karemi for cost 5. Otherwise, it's cost 4 on anything else. It's got Reboot Blocker, which is great Alphamon keywords. Then on play when Digivolving and when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5000 DP, which is nice, and it's not once per turn. And then all turns once per turn when this Digimon suspends if it has Kyoko Karemi in its Digivolution cards, or this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, it gets plus 3000, and until your opponent's turn ends. And then this Digimon unsuspends. And it's all turns too, so that's really good when this Digimon suspends, because the reboot and blocker will allow it to unsuspend and then get even bigger. So you can, like Magnamon, you can have this guy up to 13, 15, 18 plus inheritables if you have alternate inheritables. So really, really good. And you can do multiple checks, like with the Rise Gray underneath. You can check 2, unsuspend, check 2, and then your reboot. So it helps you finish off for game really quick. You also have Dianamon, which we play 2 of that, which is a CS trait, so it can Digivolve for 3 on all your CS trait stuff. It has Ice Clad, which is a great keyword because it means you don't have to worry about DP. You just worry about the number of stack cards you have, and this card's going to be higher stacks. It has Blocker. When Digivolving, if this Digimon stack has 2 more of the same level cards, trash any 4 Digivolution cards from your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, which is always a sweet ability, especially when you trash all their stuff, so they have no protection from inheritables. And then end of your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon may unsuspend. So that's kind of nice. So you can have the blocker for the next turn. It also has a 6 cost, or sorry, it also has a an inheritable when you go into a level 7, which is end of your turn, one of your Digimon may unsuspend, which is made for like Grace Novamon, but it can be used for cards like Omnimon, because you can Digivolve into the Omnimon for 6 and unsuspend, and then you can also attack, because this Omnimon has, when Digivolving, for every 2 same level cards in this Digimon stack, you may return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, and then this Digimon may attack. And then on play, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. It has decode, so you can play out your level 3s of all colors. You can play your blacks and your yellows. And it has a blocker as well. So even though you don't get to DNA Digivolve, it's still really good, and it's still really good on the Dianamon. So that's kind of cool. That's it for our Digimon here. We're all onto our Tamers. We're playing 2 Kyoko, and yeah, I think maybe I might need 3, but I feel like 2 is a good number. It's 5 cost. You only really need 1 of it to go into an Alphamon play, and it's a memory setter. And then all turns, when any of your level 4 or higher CS trait Digimon are deleted, by suspending this Tamer, return 1 CS trait Digimon card from your trash to your hand. So if you have an Alphamon stack and it dies, you can do that. And then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon unsuspends, this Tamer, Digimon unsuspends, if you don't have Alphamon, this Tamer may Digivolve into Alphamon in the hand with the digital cost reduced by 2. So you said it was 5, you can Digivolve in for 3. She's a memory setter, so she gives you 3, so it's a free Digivolution into Alphamon at the start of your turn, which can late game can lead to a win. The reason I don't play 3 of her is because I play 2 copies of the Mirai, which started your main phase by returning this Tamer to the bottom of your deck. You may play 1 level 4 or higher Mirai, or 1 play cost 4 or higher Tamer with the CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. And we'll get to why we think this is better in a second. And then on play, by trashing 1 card with the Holy Beast, Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, or CS trait for your hand, draw 2. So it's really good as a cheap on play. The nice thing is it gives you another Tamer in place of itself, one of your boss Tamers basically, and it draws into your engine. So that's why I like that, and it goes well with the fact that we play 3 Amy Aiba, which is a 4 cost, so it can go, the Mirai can go into this too. At the start of your main phase, your opponent has a Digimon gain a memory, and then when any of your Digimon Digivolve into Digimon cards with the CS trait, if it has a Digivolution card with the same level as the Digivolve Digimon, by suspending this Tamer, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the CS trait without paying the cost. So this further gets you free Digivolutions for using those abilities to put your guys on the bottom of the deck. So I feel between this and the Kyoko, Mirai helps you get to those even faster. So I do like them at that. And then lastly, I play 2 Yugo Kamashiro, which you can't play off the Mirai because it's a 3 cost, but it's on play, reveal top 3, add a card with CS to your hand and return the rest to the bottom of the deck. And then your turn, when any of your Digimon or Tamers with the CS trait would be played, by returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck, reduce the play cost by 2. So further being able to reduce your play costs, which is really, really big. And yeah, I like it. And then lastly, of course, we have our 1 option card we play in the deck, which is 4 copies of Kuremi Detective Agency, which is basically a boost for this deck. It's 3 costs. Well, you have a CS trait Digimon, which is everything or Tamer on the field. You may ignore this card's color requirement, so that's your egg as well as everything else you have. Reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 CS trait card among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and then place this card in the battle area, and then gain 2 memory. It's basically a CS trait memory boost, but you got to have it because you can't play any other memory boosts, so 4 copies of that. So tell me what you guys think. This is the new Alphamon deck. It's not really like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like an OTK deck because I just don't know how you could OTK with this deck. But I mean, you can swing early with things like Uko, Security Attack Plus, Inheritable. It's really good because it lets you check a lot of cards, and then you basically just have to survive for 1 turn. And even if you die, you can potentially put out a Kyoko and then put out another Alphamon and go for game. So, I mean, there's lots of different ways to win. There's ways to stall, and there's a lot of cool different variations in this deck. It's not just one trick pony. So that's kind of what I like about it. And just the new Alphamon is really cool, especially with Kyoko Kurami from Digimon Cyber Slueth. So let me know your guys' thoughts about the deck profile. What do you think? Do you think this is the better version of Alphamon for this new card? Do you think you could make this Alphamon work in an X antibody traditional Dorumon deck? Do you think that's better, or do you think that this is the way to go for this new Alphamon? And what do you think about the different effects from the Cyber Slueth trait, from BT22? Do you think they work well together? Do you think it's as good as Galaxy? Maybe not as good as Galaxy. Galaxy's pretty broken. And what do you think about the other cards like Dianamon and some of the other choices we made in the deck? But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.